If you've been scrolling through endless thermal scope options, watching video after video, and still feel that nagging doubt about which one actually fits your hunting style, you're not alone. I've been in that exact spot, weighing the hype, the specs, and the price tag, then wondering if I'd end up with a gadget that looks great on paper but falls flat when you're out in the field. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the ATN Thor 4 the way a hunter actually uses it, so you can walk away with a clear picture of whether it earns your hard-earned dollars or if you should keep looking. First, let's talk about the core problem most hunters face: spotting game before the animal spots you. Thermal imaging promises that edge, but the reality hinges on sensor sensitivity, refresh rate, and how intuitive the scope is when you're crouched behind a tree line. The Thor 4 brings a next-gen 60 Hz sensor that's touted as ultra-sensitive, meaning it can pick up the faint heat signatures of a deer at the edge of the typical engagement range. In my own field tests, a brisk early morning drive in mixed timber, the scope consistently highlighted a moving buck even when the ambient temperature was only a few degrees above the animal's body heat. The color palettes let you switch from a classic white hot to a more camouflaged green hot, which actually helped reduce glare when the sun hit the lens at low angles. One of the biggest practical strengths is the built-in Ballistics Calculator. You can store up to 6 different profiles, think different rifles, ammo types, or hunting conditions, and the scope will automatically adjust the reticle based on distance, angle, and even wind if you feed it in. For someone who spends time fine-tuning zeros for different game, that saves a lot of mental math at the range. I tried swapping from a .308 to a .300 Win Mag, entered the new profile, and the holdover shifted exactly as the calculator predicted. It's not a substitute for a good shot placement instinct, but it removes a layer of guesswork that can be the difference between a clean kill and a miss. The Thor 4 also doubles as a full HD video recorder with Wi-Fi streaming to your smartphone. In practice, this means you can capture a hunt from the moment you spot the animal to the final shot, then review the footage on your phone or share it with friends. The app interface is fairly clean. You tap a button on the scope, the video syncs, and you can even tag the exact frame where the shot was taken. For a hunter who likes to analyze his own technique or create content for a small YouTube channel, that's a genuine value add. I recorded a 3-minute segment of a night hunt. The video held steady, the colors stayed true, and the GPS metadata automatically logged my exact coordinates. Having that data later helped me map out hot spots on my property. Now, no product is perfect, and the Thor 4 has a few trade-offs that matter once you're out of the box. The resolution is 384,288 pixels, which is lower than some premium models that push 640,480. In dense brush, that lower pixel count can make it harder to distinguish between a small animal and a stray branch, especially at the maximum 18 zoom. If you hunt at very long distances or rely on pinpoint detail for small game, you might find yourself inching the scope a bit more than you'd like. Battery life is another consideration. The scope draws power from a single rechargeable pack, and under continuous video recording it can drop to under an hour. The manufacturer does not list a definitive runtime, so you'll need to carry a spare or plan shorter sessions if you intend to film the whole outing. Weight and ergonomics also play into the decision. The Thor 4 maintains a classic ATN shape that feels solid in the hand, but at roughly 2.5 pounds it adds noticeable front-end heft to a typical hunting rifle. If you're used to ultralight optics for fast-move scenarios, that extra weight could affect quick target acquisition. The zoom ring is smooth, which is nice, but it's a bit looser than some shooters prefer, meaning you have to be deliberate with each adjustment. A small downside when you're tracking a fleeing animal and need instant changes. Who should seriously consider the Thor 4? If you're a hunter who already uses thermal technology and wants a scope that merges imaging, ballistics, and video without juggling separate devices, this is a solid all-in-one. It shines for those who value post-hunt analysis. The video and GPS logs turn a single outing into a data set you can study. The built-in Ballistics Calculator also makes it a good fit for long-range shooters who switch calibers or hunt in varied terrain. Tactical shooters who need a rugged, weather-sealed scope for night operations will appreciate the same sensor and Wi-Fi connectivity. Who might want to skip it? If you're a casual weekend shooter on a tight budget, The price point of the Thor 4 could feel steep compared to a basic thermal monocular.